Okay, the eco footprint. Maybe you've heard it called the carbon footprint, right? If you go online and you go to like a carbon footprint estimator, it'll ask you some questions um, like how much do you drive, how often do you fly, how much meat do you eat per week, all that sort of stuff. In APES, we're going to talk about how it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing as your carbon footprint. It's a measure of how much a person consumes. Um, but for us, we're going to express it in terms of area of land. So, meters squared or acres or hectares. Um, it's a unit of measurement. Uh, and why is it an area of land? Well, this picture right here gives you a good idea of why that is. It's basically an estimate of how much land it took to create all of the stuff that you use. Because at the end of the day, or at the beginning of the day, really, is what all the stuff that you use and eat originally came from some producer. The easiest one to see right away is going to be timber and paper here. So the home, your buildings, the amount of paper, all of that stuff came from some trees originally that were growing on some area of land. So the more paper, the more homes you have, the more trees it took, the more land it took to make all this stuff that you use. Um, your food and your fibers, well, it's easy to imagine that what you're eating takes that, like your lettuce and your green stuff, took up a certain amount of land. But say you eat meat, it doesn't matter if it's cow or chicken, whatever. That had to also eat some sort of producer in order to grow, and that took up a certain amount of land to feed your chicken or your cow, right? So it still originally comes from some sort of land, even if it's an area of ocean. Your seafood, your yummy salmon, and we know we love salmon, um, had to eat some fish that had to eat a bunch of photosynthetic little creatures that live in the ocean. You can still express it as an area of land or volume of land if you want. And of course, your energy. So, no matter what sort of non-renewable, especially fuel you use, renewable also. It originally came from either a living, like a recently living producer, or from ancient producers, right?